Wild boars are a real problem, and it's one that's growing every year. These aren't cute little pigs you see in storybooks. They're big, they're mean, and they're costing America a fortune in damages and lost revenue. How much? A whopping $2.5 billion every year. That's an astronomical figure. That's more than just a drop in the bucket. It's a tidal wave of financial loss. This is a serious economic hit, and it's one we can't afford to ignore. The impact is felt across various sectors. Imagine what we could do with that money if we didn't have to spend it on boar damage. We could build new schools, fix crumbling roads, and invest in our future. Instead, that money is going towards repairing the extensive damage these animals cause. From ravaged crops to ruined lawns, wild boars leave a trail of destruction in their wake, affecting both urban and rural areas. But it's not just about the money, it's about our safety, our environment, and the well-being of our communities. Our way of life is being disrupted, and people are feeling the impact in their daily lives. We need to understand the scale of this problem. It's widespread and affects many regions. We need to know how these animals operate, why they're so good at wreaking havoc, and what drives their destructive behavior. And most importantly, we need to figure out how to stop them. Effective strategies and wildlife management are crucial. This is a fight we can't afford to lose. Communities must come together, share knowledge, and take action to protect our future. Wild boars are everywhere. These resilient creatures have become a common sight in many parts of the country. From the dense forests of North Carolina to the arid deserts of Texas, these animals have taken root across the United States, adapting to both rural and urban environments. They're incredibly adaptable, thriving in a wide range of habitats, from woodlands to open fields, and they're multiplying at an alarming rate, with their numbers increasing exponentially. A single female can produce 2 litters of piglets each year, with each litter containing up to 6 babies. This means one female can add up to 12 new boars annually. Do the math, and you'll see how quickly their numbers can explode, leading to significant population growth. This rapid reproduction rate is a major factor contributing to their population explosion, but there's more to the story. But it's not the only one. Other factors also play a crucial role. Wild boars also benefit from a lack of natural predators in many areas, allowing their numbers to grow unchecked. Without wolves, bears, or other large carnivores to keep their numbers in check, wild boar populations can grow unchecked, leading to overpopulation. This lack of natural regulation, combined with their prolific breeding habits, has created a perfect storm for a population explosion, causing significant ecological and agricultural impacts. Farmers know the threat of wild boars all too well. These animals are not just a nuisance, they are a significant threat to agricultural productivity. These animals are notorious for their destructive feeding habits, often causing extensive damage in a very short period. Agricultural fields are often their buffet of choice, where they can find a variety of crops to feast on. They use their powerful snouts to root up the ground, searching for anything edible. This behavior is not just about feeding, it's about survival. This rooting behavior can decimate entire fields of crops, leaving nothing but destruction in their wake. Corn, soybeans, wheat, nothing is safe from their voracious appetites. They consume and destroy everything in their path. And it's not just the crops themselves that suffer. The damage extends beyond the immediate loss of produce. The rooting behavior of wild boars also damages the soil, making it difficult for future crops to grow. This can lead to long-term soil degradation. This can have long-term consequences for farmers, impacting their yields and livelihoods. The recovery process can be slow and costly. The financial losses can be staggering. Farmers invest time, money, and effort into their crops only to see it all destroyed. Imagine losing an entire season's worth of crops to a sounder of hungry boars. The emotional toll is equally devastating. It's a devastating reality for many farmers across the country. The impact is felt not just economically, but also emotionally. And the problem is only getting worse as wild boar populations continue to grow. Without effective management, the situation could become even more dire. The destruction caused by wild boars extends far beyond farm fields. These animals are also known to damage residential properties, parks, and other areas. They'll root up lawns, gardens, and even golf courses in search of food. Their sharp tusks can easily damage fences, irrigation systems, and even the foundations of buildings. And it's not just the physical damage that's a concern. Wild boars can also carry diseases that can be transmitted to humans and livestock. Their impact on the environment is equally concerning. Wild boars compete with native wildlife for food and resources, putting pressure on already vulnerable species. They can also alter habitats, making them less suitable for native plants and animals. Their rooting behavior can lead to soil erosion, water pollution, and the spread of invasive plant species. The ecological consequences of their presence can be significant and far-reaching.